I'm Miss Rebecca. Welcome to December's episode of SMA Sketch Club. This month we're going to be working on a Charlie Harper project. The Stark Museum of Art has 10 of Charlie Harper's prints in our collection, and his art stands apart from some of the other works in our museum, partly because he was creating art even into the 2000s, and he died in 2007. His art was a minimal realism style, and so when he was looking at an animal, maybe a bird, his eye was drawn to what was the most important shape he saw, what was the most important colors, maybe an interesting pattern or texture. And so when we look at this print by Charlie Harper of the cardinal, when we think cardinal, we think red, and so we can see the red. And he also created that very distinctive shape of the cardinal with the pointed head. He also is creating the pattern and scene pattern that he noticed in the cardinal's habitat, and he's replicating that, but in a very stylized and modern way. And so we're going to take Charlie Harper's view on creating art, and we're going to create art of our own. To get started, we're going to open up our sketchbook, and we're going to just find a clean white sheet, and we're going to turn your book landscape. And I want you to get a red crayon, any color you want, and we're going to draw a cardinal. And we're going to do that using simple geometric shapes. So our first shape is going to be a teardrop. And you can draw your teardrop large or small, skinny or fat. And so you have this shape, and then to one side, you're going to add a triangle. Then we're going to take our black crayon, and near the top of the point of our teardrop, we're going to draw a U. And now I want you to get your orange crayon, and we're going to draw two triangles inside this U. One triangle will be pointed down, and then another one on top will be pointed up. Okay. I already am starting to see a cardinal. Now we're going to take our black crayon again, and we're going to fill in the space around those triangles. And then we're going to do the same with the orange. We're going to fill in that orange. And now we're ready to paint the body of our bird red. And so you're just going to fill it all in with red. I'm going to do this kind of quickly, but you certainly can take your time. Think about whether you want it to be very, very thickly covered with crayons, or if you want those strokes to show. And so if you do want the strokes to show, you might think about what direction you're coloring in. Now, I think our bird needs feet and wings. So we're going to get that black crayon again, and we're going to add 2 feet. And we're just going to do simple little lines. At this point, we can add some curved lines to suggest wings. And then if you want to add some extra little lines, they could imply feathers. So we could add some here. I've added a couple on each wing and a couple of lines on the tail. And then you can see I've started to outline my bird. That's up to you, but I think it kind of gives it a little oomph. And so we have a red cardinal. And so now, one of the things that Charlie Harper would do is he would add a habitat, the place where you'd find the birds, but he made it really simplified. And so I'm going to show you right now what I did with my cardinal. And because it's December and we're thinking about Christmas, I made it a winter theme. And so I created a symbol, a repeating pattern that made me think of Christmas. Hollies and berries and snowflakes. And I created a repeating pattern both below the bird, and above. So let's think about that. If you wanted to add snow, snow is as easy as just making a plus sign and then a plus sign the other direction too, and you have little snowflakes. And you can make them really big or really, really tiny. So I'm creating a pattern up in the sky that sort of implies a winter weather. And then I'm going to add some leaves down below the bird. With some little holly berries. But like I said, you can create anything you want. We could even do things like Christmas balls. Why don't we think about ornaments? You could create a whole series of ornaments if you wanted. And then come up with little designs. All right, so I have a winter shape and cardinal artwork here, and I wanted to show you another example. If you're looking at this not in December, how you could do this year round. And so, of course, cardinals are around here in the winter and in the summer. And so you could do something where I did some lines up in the sky that make you think of clouds and that beautiful blue sky of summer, and some footprints in the ground where the cardinal has hopped around, and maybe some of those seeds and grass and things that he might eat. So you can create any type of artwork you want. You can vary where you place the cardinal. And this is a great work of art, just using simple shapes and colors. I'm really glad you joined us, and we'll see you again in January.